name's Dave Ronings and I've got another equipment review for you. So on the table in front of me, I've got the cold steel Trenchard trainer. Decent piece of kit, functional, hits quite hard, so you have to be reasonably sensible with it, obviously. We have, as far as I'm aware, no decent early axe manuals. So what I tend to do is I tend to extrapolate from Dusak and Sickle. Dusak and Messer for the pathways of the blows and the interactions that way, and then Sickle for the accidental hookups, because they give you a very good idea of the capacity of the weapon. And then the rest of it really is free play and just seeing how those things actually factor out between each other. So we have a good idea, we can extrapolate, but I would not call it authentic HEMA. This, as usual, is not what I want to review, and it is just there for size comparison. What I want to look at is this. It is a hand axe from a smith called Peter Szabo. It's a beechwood handle, I believe. It's a carbon steel blade, partially hardened on the edge, which I'll get to in a little bit. Now, it is 10.5 centimetres from the top spike here to the bottom spike, and it's 16 centimetres in the top plane from here to here in a straight line, and 14 centimetres from here to here. The collar is 3 centimetres here at its widest, and the hammer is 2 centimetres wide. Okay, gives you an idea of the specs on it. Let's have a look at the fit and finish of this. Now, bear in mind, this is obviously going to be a simpler review than that of my Falchion because it's a simpler product. It's fine, still worthy of a review. Now, the general construction of this is very, very good. This is anchored very securely. He's anchored it by means of small spacers here. He's used very slender spacers, and I think this is good because it means he's not overly damaged the wood when he's putting it in. But they're good spacers in that they go edge to edge. And I'm very, very happy with that. And like I say, it doesn't feel like there's any great movement in this at all, or any movement at all, to be precise. There are no obvious spaces between the collar and the haft, and I think this is very, very good. The blade itself is pretty damn straight, so I am very happy with that as well. It's a forge finish, so it's not mirror polished or anything like this, and I do not have a problem with the gritty texture of this. It is an axe. Don't expect it to be dead posh. Each of these comes with these little leather covers. They're very, very simple, just hand finished, riveted, not posh in the slightest, but quite important because this has got a really good edge on it. It's a razor's edge, and I have shaved with this so I can attest to how sharp it is. Very simply, little pop rivet here, and then just comes off. Don't throw these away when you get them. They're very handy, incredibly, incredibly sharp. Now, I particularly chose this because I like the upsweep here and I like the down hook. Both of these give me a little bit more use as a weapon, as a tool, if I were to do it. So from a research point of view, I find that very, very important. It means that there is an ability to thrust with this a little bit, albeit limited, and also to get a little bit of damage out of the hook, which also I want. So as a weapon, this is something that I find quite endearing. As a tool also, I believe that it kind of frees up the tip. The finish on the edge is very, very good. Like I say, it is like a razor, so I'm very, very happy with that. There is only one thing on this that I think is a negative, and I understand that this is a personal choice, but I really cannot get on with a circular handle. I feel for an axe, particularly, it's a bad thing to have on it. It really doesn't allow you to pick this up and know where the blade is. It makes it shift slightly in the hand. Other people might be fine with that. I really like to have a slightly faceted handle, and I've spoken to a few other people who've bought Peter's work and are massively happy with it, but we've all got that same criticism. So I do feel that the handle needs to be shaped, even if it's just a slight ovaling or something like that. Otherwise, his work is phenomenally good value. I'm very, very, very happy with this indeed. If you could sort the handles, I'd be immensely chuffed. One final thing I would point out is that in dealing with Peter, I don't think his English was great, and my understanding of his native tongue is non-existent. So it was a little bit difficult communicating clearly with each other a little bit. So do be patient with that interaction, is worth it. Again, the only criticism I have is the handle. His work, otherwise, I think is excellent, and is a smith very, very worth checking out. So I will put the link below. If you've got any questions, let me know. Take care.